Hello, everyone, and welcome to Infused Transitions. We are so glad that you are here. Thank you so much for stopping by. For those of you who are new, welcome. We are glad you are here. We hope that you enjoy this reading and that you choose to become a part of our channel. It is all greatly appreciated. For those of you returning, thank you guys so much for your constant and continued support. It is all greatly, greatly appreciated. I was actually doing a reading and decided, this is pretty good. And apparently I feel like there's somebody out there that needs to hear this. So I decided to start rolling. Now, again, for those of you who are new, typically what I do is I lay out all the card deck boxes of the decks that I'm using so that if there's anything there that anybody was interested in finding to purchase for themselves, they know what decks to go look for. And then I typically, shuffle on camera and I do the cards and all of that. But sometimes, once in a while, it's learning to roll with how things play out. I was doing this reading and, they were like, you know what, this needs to be, you need to videotape this or video record. You need to record this. Oh my goodness. And share it. So, that's what I'm doing. So, we do have the Wisdom Oracle deck, the Energy Oracle deck, the Map Oracle deck, and then the Three Little Birds Oracle. These are the three decks that are out here and on the table and in here. Okay. So let me, go over this. And again, or I shouldn't say again because I haven't said it yet. Guys, don't forget, please, please, please give me your thumbs up if this resonates with you. And even if it doesn't resonate with you, but you like the reading, then I ask that you give it a thumbs up. Give it a thumbs up if you like the channel. We do ask that you subscribe, that you like, you share, hit that notification bell. Each and every single one of those steps really do help the channel, each in their own way. And helping the channel to get more traffic, to go through all the algorithms and help our channel to grow, which in turn helps not only our community to grow, but it helps other people who could very possibly use these messages to receive the messages. So again, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so let's jump in. First two cards out were the no worries. Breathe in courage, breathe out worry. Again, let me say that again. Breathe in courage, breathe out worry. Remember, every little thing is going to be all right. Okay, so that was the first card out. The second card out, interestingly enough, was faith unyielding. Hold on to your faith, even when the tides are turning. It's the beacon that tells you everything will be all right. Now, what I found really interesting about these cards, which I think is absolutely fascinating and very, very unique, that these cards are origami. But notice here, one, they're both telling us about everything is going to be all right. So this one's saying everything will be all right, and this one is saying every little thing is going to be all right. So I feel like it's saying, so even that which is considered minor is still going to be all right. I would also say, notice that the birds are looking to each other. There's that community, there's that support. And this can be both what is happening within ourselves as well as within our various communities that we are a part of. Okay. I just, and it's just, again, there's that emphasis that came out in a row, that everything's going to be all right. And I would say, even when things feel like, look like they're not going to be all right, we're being told and we're being shown that, you know what, it's okay. Things are going to be all right. The next one that came out was the fates. Now, when the fates came out following this, I would definitely say that there are probably things that either you are currently, you are either going in and going to be experiencing soon, or you're currently experiencing them, or you already have experienced them. Either which way, it is important to know that the fates will be, are, and or were present, meaning that this was something that was part of your journey, your soul's experience and journey. And that is going to vary in what that looks like from person to person. Okay. Excuse me. The next one that came out was appreciation. Now you notice that she's got plenty of flowers here behind her over here. We've got other things growing over here. And she's in all of this lushness. She's also dressed in green and kind of like a rust color. And then she's holding what, to me, and I'll hold it up again so you can see, looks like the best blossom out of the entire garden. Okay, she looks very formal. Can you see all that in there? She looks dressed very formally, right? And I feel like it's saying, you know, in context of this, it feels like sometimes we can forget, or we just don't appreciate what is in our hands, right? We can look at all the stuff that is around us and we forget to appreciate what is already in our hands, what is already a part of our lives, what is already that which we have within. However that applies to you, however that looks to you. So, you know, it's, and don't get me wrong, there's times, especially if things are really challenging for us, it can be very, very challenging to learn to appreciate what it is we do hold right within our hands, right? Whether that's something on our micro level internally, something on our macro level within ourselves, our environment, or whether it's beyond that, right? Sometimes it can be really hard to appreciate what is. And a lot of times it can be because we are so focused on something else out there that we forget to appreciate what already currently is. And I don't say that lightly, because I've had a lifetime of challenges and things that most people may experience one of those things, or even sometimes two of those things. But I have experienced many, many, many challenging things that is uncommon for one person to experience in one lifetime. And I say that and share that simply from the perspective that it can be very challenging to learn to appreciate that if you want to say that one thing that you have, which in reality we do have more than just one thing that we could appreciate. But sometimes it's really hard for us to see that because of whatever else, right? To that, I would suggest, whether you brainstorm with yourself, whether you brainstorm with someone who is close to you and really knows you and your life and what's happening, or whether you go to a professional and have, you know, a brainstorming session, but to help you to discover what are the different things that you have already currently in your life that you can appreciate. And I feel like that's really important, because it can help us to learn what to focus on when other things aren't quite going well or smoothly or how we wish, or whatever the case may be. Okay. The next one out, we have attachment. Now, if you look at this card, she is attached. She is chained to this really old cement post. And if you look at those chains, they are very, very old. They're very, very old. They're rusted. They're really thick. They're heavy. It's around her wrist. And then she's gazing at this mask. I feel like what this is saying is that there is a focus. Instead of on the appreciation, there is a focus on illusion, or what somebody wishes would be or is wishing for, and being so focused on that they're not seeing what is in the here and now. They're not seeing what they have. They're not seeing, and because they're not seeing what they have, I feel like I feel like for some of you, maybe what you feel like you're wanting to work towards is really just an illusion. It's not something, either it's not something sustainable or it's not something realistic. And I don't mean you can't believe in miracles. I'm simply saying it's not realistic, as in sometimes it's not our path and we're trying to force something that's not part of our journey. For others of you, it is just about you could use some support and some assistance in, again, learning to shift that. I mean, look at the differences. Hang on, I got to get my hair up. This is really speaking to somebody or someone's, because I'm getting really warm. When you look at the contrast in these cards, right? Look at how the monotone in these, the heavier energies in these, and then look at the colors that are in these. It's a lighter tone. It's much more grounded. It's much more earthy. For some of you, there may be it may be very, very beneficial to do some grounding work, some earthing. Go do earthing. Wow. Okay. And for some of you, I'm hearing, get to know Mother Nature, get to know Mother Gaia, learn to build a relationship with them. And then here we head out the 7th chakra, Archangel Uriel. And because we have this, along with everything else that is here, I would say maybe some of you could also benefit with doing some work around your crown chakra, maybe looking to do some healing, and or getting some connection going, or I should say strengthening of that connection. And again, it was like, if we're so focused on these illusions, it's going to be pretty hard to live in color, if you will, right? I would also suggest, you guys know that I do very much so believe in people doing their own research, checking multiple sources, and taking what resonates and leave the rest. Okay. Let me preface that by saying there is nothing wrong with asking others who you trust, others who you feel could help you work through the reasoning process, or can give you their perspective and their opinions, because not because it's having them tell you what to do, but it's, let me consider, what is it you think of that? Oh, okay, I see. Well, I agree with that. I don't agree with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Some people disagree with that. Some people agree. Some people don't know yet. But bottom line is, doing some asking, doing some research, read from multiple sources or listen to multiple sources, ask multiple sources, whatever the case may be. And I would say not trusting things that are considered artificial thinking, shall we say, because a lot of that is a narrative that is being... Anyway, yeah, I would say make sure it is very, very reliable sources. And coming up with, again, take what resonates with you and for you and leave the rest alone. The next one out we have is the Golden Palace. Now, if you look at this card and you're like, wow, that's really beautiful. That's really amazing. And oh my gosh, it's made out of gold. And Look at all of this lushness, all this greenery that is so beautiful. And then all of the intricacies of the wood here. Now, I don't know what kind of tree this is. You may want to look that up. You may want to see what kind of tree grows in these weaving, knotting, twisted kind of things, and see what one resonates with you if you desire. Okay. But a few things I notice about this. Okay. Again, it's like, it's a beautiful, beautiful palace, right? And the architecture in it is amazing and intricate and beautiful. But do you notice there's no stairs? There's no stairs. There's no door. Now, with that in mind, it's like, well, we could just sit up there in that golden palace and get nowhere. Or, right? Or we could go explore through the palace and find the stairs. And I'm sure there's multiple stairs within a palace that would lead to the outdoors, right? So we can explore, and you can look at this as your macro or your micro inner self, exploring yourself to get to the macro part of the outside of yourself, right? But also, I mean, there's multiple ways you can go about it. You could climb out the window and climb through all of this lushness, and because of the intricacies of the trunks themselves, I mean, they would be very, very easy to climb. Now, maybe that's just me because I was a girl that used to climb a lot of trees and found great pleasure in it. But I think it's a very, very doable thing. I also feel like it's about, for some, it's going to be about learning to look on the inside first and get things in alignment within before you worry about what, let me go out there, right? Not saying you have to be recluse or anything like that. I'm just saying some of us, the internal work is where the focus would best serve us at first. And then for others, it's going to be, okay, so you've done a lot of work, but now it's just about finding that way for you to come out of that palace that works for you. Okay. And then we had Spirit of Place, and she came out in reverse. Now, there's a few different things about this. For one, you can see she has butterfly wing, a butterfly wing. Can you see that? Where her eye is at the side. So like her eye would be the body of the butterfly. Okay. And to me, that's saying she's out of the cocoon. And maybe this is your cocoon. Now think about this for just a moment, please. So when you're a caterpillar and you're going to a butterfly, you, depending what kind of caterpillar and butterfly you were going to be, you'll go into your cocoon and you're in that suspended development is what it looks like from the outside, right? You're in this suspended development because you're enclosed in this cocoon. Now, depending on what kind you are, it depends on how long you're going to be in this cocoon, right? And for me, that's like, depending on what kind of work needs to be done as to how long you're going to be in that suspended development. Now, with suspended development, to the outside, to the macro, to others, even, and when I say macro, I'm talking about into yourself, on the outside, in your external world, meaning your environment, your life, your stuff. That's what I mean by external. It can look like nothing is happening, and boy, can I attest to that. It can look like nothing is happening, nothing is changing. You can feel like I'm doing all this work and nothing is helping, nothing is changing. And it's because things are happening on such a deep, deep, deep micro level that you're not going to see it in the macro of yourself, right? But it doesn't mean it's not happening. You're in a suspended development state where, again, you're transforming from one being to another being, which is pretty miraculous all on its own, right? But it looks like nothing's happening until suddenly when you come out of your cocoon and you're a completely different person. You can come out of your cocoon and be that completely different person. I would also say you can note here with her pointed ears, you can think elfin, fae, and fairy. Now, I didn't realize that fae and fairy until recently, that they are actually two very distinctly different species, if you will. And you can look into that if you want. That's up to you. It's just more, again, take what resonates and leave the rest. Let me see something here. I don't know. You can look and see if it means anything to you, but like this little stream here, and then this little shape right there, I don't know. They almost look like they're supposed to be something. But if it resonates with you, check it out. If it doesn't, that's fine too. The other thing I would say about here, again, we're being shown here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times things that have to do with the outdoors, with Mother Nature, Mother Gaia. And I really do feel like doing some earthing, some grounding, getting to know Mother Nature, Mother Gaia, whether that's through meditation, whether that's just walking and talking with them, whether that's, whatever that is for you. I do feel that can help a great deal. Again, and it's saying spirit in place. Well, to me, this is talking about being able to feel the spirit within yourself, being able to communicate with Spirit, God, universe, utmost high, Mother Nature, Mother Gaia, Father Sky, whatever, these things are for you, being able to be with them in a beautiful, wondrous ways. And because it came out in reverse, I feel like it's saying that these are things that, would be beneficial for you to go discover. Earthing, grounding, and again, being very connected to, again, higher power, whatever that is for you, because we do have the crown here. And I also feel like it's about bringing that balance between the connection with your higher power while allowing yourself to be connected to the here and now, which again is something I can attest to. That's for me was very challenging to be very earthy, if you will. But again, because this is in reverse, I would say that for some of you, it would be very, very beneficial to learn. You can feel, again, that appreciation in place where you are. You can have that bond and connection with spirit, with higher power, God, source, universe, utmost high, whatever that is for you. You can have that, and learning to see the beauty and the spirit no matter what your environment is, no matter what you're going through, and having an appreciation for that. It's time to discover what are the illusions and what is your attachment to them. What is driving that attachment? Because a lot of times what drives our attachments are beliefs that were either created in trauma or that we were taught, whether it's by how we grew up, by society, by the era we grew up in, by our family members, by our friends, by whoever taught us throughout school. There's so many influences, and it's really learning to identify what those illusions are so that you can then acknowledge that they are illusions and work towards shifting your perspective away from these illusions and towards that which is healthy and aligned for you. I hope that makes sense. Again, if you need help and support in that, you can do that in a variety of ways. So anyways, guys, this is what I have for you. I hope you found this helpful and supportive. Please don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, and the share and notification bells. For those of you who faithfully give me those thumbs up, thank you guys so, so, so much. I appreciate you just so very much, because to be honest, there's times I wonder if I should even be doing these anymore, because I don't really get very many thumbs up, and it's, it's just like, well, so if it's not growing and if it's not, you know, doing this and that, then am I really helping anybody? But then when I think about not doing them, and even if I miss a few of them, it's like, that just doesn't feel right. And so then I end up doing them again. So anyways, you know, just being honest, guys, just being honest. I'm human just like everybody else. So yeah, don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell. Share with anybody who you think could be benefit from the information here or from this channel. Until next time, guys, bye.